Pretty Woman Hustle. It's Tuesday, and we know what that's like. It's another amazing episode of the Pretty Business Chat where we talk all things pretty and business worthy. We have a guest today. Oh my goodness, Akea Collins of AC
Hey,
Consulting and Services. Tell me a little bit about you.
let's see. I'm just me.
Just
No
you.
harm, no foul, just me. Um, I'm a retired vet, got two little people that follow me around that call me mom. Nothing more, nothing less. I'm just the average everyday girl. I love to have fun. I love to eat. Nothing major to me. I'm so simple.
I feel it. Who is Akea in 4 words? Give me 4 words about
4 words. So listen, when you sent me that, I've been sitting up here all day like, what are 4 words? Like, what does that mean? So if I had to choose 4 words, I'm a hustler for sure
you.
because
Yes.
you can't tell me no. The word no doesn't exist in my vocabulary. To me, it means find another way. I'm very optimistic, so I'm always looking at no matter the glass is always half full for me, never empty. So I'm always optimistic, regardless to whatever the outcome will be. I'm gonna make it positive. I'm the Brandon Bandit.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that is so my first business and my first baby is called the Resume Chop Shop. And within resumes, you curate them over time, right? To basically be who you are. It's your music, no, right? It's your sheet of music. It's the tune that makes you. Well, the Brandon Bandit came from when they changed the way resumes were written from objective statements to branding. That's where the branding bandit actually came from, because now we're turning you into a brand on paper. It's not so much as, oh, I'm experiencing this, I do this, I do that. It's more so, I'm a brand. Akea is a brand. Akea is going to bring her brand to your corporation, and she's going to show you that her brand is what the face of your company looks like. So when the branded bandit kind of came out and it, flourished, it makes sense because regardless of if you're working for an employer or you're like me, a full-time entrepreneur now, that brand speaks volume. Your brand is who you are. So if your brand doesn't stand for anything, then what is there to value about you? But if your brand stands for everything and you're putting in the hard work, the brand is going to stand for something, and before you know it, you're a subject matter expert and didn't even realize it, because people will appreciate your brand. And to me,
Exactly.
that's big, that's huge, because when people that don't even know you go on there and tag your name to do a service and a product for somebody that you've never met but they just heard about you, that's huge. So to me, the branding band is Akia Collins. And another word for me, I am very strategic. Everything I do
Okay.
has purpose. Everything that I bring to the table, it was calculated down to the last period on the sentence. It wasn't impulsive. It was not done, to sink or fail anybody. My network is my best work. So if I'm dealing with you, trust me, it's strategic, because there's gonna be something positive on the back end for both of us.
Yes. Strategic. I like
Yes, baby.
that.
I'm
Okay.
strategic. I'm strategic with the kids, baby. You got to fool them too.
Yes. I know you. Oh, you're a veteran. And how do we go from being a veteran, being in the military for so long, and now I'm a full-time entrepreneur? So, what did the entrepreneur mindset come from?
The military indirectly gives you the thought process. You know what? When I get up out of here, I don't want to work for anybody else. I've been getting up for 12 years, 5 a.m., going to bed, maybe 2 a.m., and still got to get back up at 5. And when you kind of think of, there's nothing wrong with the military. They gave me some wonderful opportunities. So I never have anything bad to say. I got 4 degrees from them. I've retired. I've done some great things. I've met some amazing people. But I also learned a lot of things that I wouldn't do. And so when you look at it in a whole, you like this part, but you don't like that. So if you ever get the opportunity to do it yourself, you're supposed to take every lesson and turn it into a learned opportunity. So in my opinion, if I learned something from the military, how can I put that into my everyday lifestyle? So, you know, the leadership, the development, the training, you know, being prepared, learning how to be early, learn just all the different things, the morale part of it, learning how to use your network, learning how to meet people and present, you know, futuristic opportunities. And it may not be today, it may be a year, but who's to say? And the military just gave me so much. And when I sat down one day when I retired, I had just had my son. I had my first job out the gate was a director of HR for the Marriott. So I'm like, you know what? I can do it. I've been running my own HR department for all these years. I got this. No, that wasn't it. So then I went and worked for Penn National Gaming as one of their multi-property HRBPs, which we dealt with regions, 3 properties at a time. And when the pandemic happened, I had only been there for 6 weeks. And, you know, they're like, well, if you don't come back to work, you're going to lose this, you're going to lose that. Well, I have 2 babies and the daycares aren't open and I don't feel safe. So I said, you know what? That happened on March 16th. I woke up in close to April. I said, you know what, God, I hear you. 5 years ago this year, God spoke to me. I was in a real bad situation that I shouldn't have been in. And God was like, you're supposed to do something, but you're going to have to kind of go through what you need to go to get to where you want to be. And so here we are 5 years later from the day I looked at my journal. I'm like, wow, I've really been writing in this journal for 5 years off and on. And it's always been in me. My first business, I started a Collins consulting firm. I don't know where the paperwork is. I don't know the EIN number. I don't know nothing about it. I just know 5 years ago, I started the process. And the more and more I sat back and looked at the pandemic, believe it or not, people needed resumes more than you ever thought.
Yes.
And I was like, okay. So then the more and more I really peeled into my business, that was year 2 of it. I'm like, wait, let me put my foot on the gas and really see what I'm capable of. And the more and more I started doing more resumes, started front-facing customers. 2020, I serviced 250 people by myself between making resumes and selling shirts that say resume-ish and interview me now. 250 customers between t-shirts and writing resumes. And so when I finally, right. And I said, okay, God, I see what you're doing. I've been practicing, you know, faithful and running the course. Okay. And the more and more I stayed the course, God didn't fail me. I barely received 3 or 4 weeks of unemployment during the pandemic, barely. And God was like, I got you. Trust the path. Run the course. Stay the course. So the entrepreneur spirit, it just started coming more and more. It was like I was eating, sleeping, and drinking it before I knew it. And, you know, you're scared at first, right? Because you don't know. You don't know. You're like, shoot, where am I supposed to be? I have 2 kids. I got to feed me. I like to go out to eat and travel. And I'm like, okay, you know, I got all these, I got cars, houses. Like, how am I going to do this? And God never led me astray. He was like, trust it. If you put your foot on the gas, I promise you won't crash into a brick wall. And I have not crashed. I can tell you guys this because it's about to happen. In less than 31 days, I'm opening up my first office. So it's just been like I've outgrew my home. I've been home. I've been working home for 2.5 years. I've outgrown it. I literally have an office space. Like we're literally, my boyfriend, I've been getting on his nerves. We're back and forth, picking up furniture that's delivered to the house, taking it to the office, putting this up, putting that up, constructing this, building this. And that's how it's just like, it's, if you stay the course and you put your foot on the gas, you don't need a team to tell you that you can do it. You just need a good body of customers that believe you can.
Yes. First off, congratulations. That's amazing. But like you said something there. You said you had faith. Number one, because it takes faith to run a business. I'm a firm believer in that. Because, you know, you have the idea, but it takes God to make that happen. Like literally. So to come that far is amazing.
Thank you.
250.
So you know how you look at I'm looking at my invoice. I'm like, when did I do all this? And then you're come through. And then when you start getting back, Facebook memories humble you, right? So Facebook, they do. On this day, this year, this person wore your T-shirt that said "Interview me now." This person, I'm like, I got so busy that I didn't even realize until it was time for me to do my books, and I had to turn everything into my accountant. Then I'm like, oh my God, oh my gosh, girl,
look how God works. Like you don't have to worry about that. You have to count them clients. He
You know,
had you.
I didn't even have the time to count them because if you go back through my stories, I post in my stories a lot. I do more on my stories because analytically speaking, I get more views in my story. I get like I'm in the thousands. So I got smart and I put my stuff in my stories, and that's how I get my clientele, to be quite honest. And I'm up at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning and I'm giving people screenshots of me writing resumes because I write my resumes when my kids are asleep. I can't write it when they're up and running through the house because before you know it, I might be typing ABCs in there when we get done because I got a 3-year-old. Like no telling. Or I might be writing a science project from my 8-year-old STEM program. Who's to say what's gonna be in that resume when I'm up with these kids? But you know, when I'm up at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm writing resumes. I'm on Snapchat. I'm videoing it. Then I'm putting little captions, and then I'm like, "These are the things that's wrong with this. If you feel like this is your problem, come talk to me." I've gotten clients and closed sales at 3 o'clock in the morning.
That's what I'm talking about.
And they be like, "I got one for." I never worked that much, and guess what? Your business will display just that. It's not about working till 3 o'clock every morning. Sometimes there's days where I don't do resumes for a week at a time. Like my invoicing system tells you 7 to 10 business days for your first job because we all get burned out, right? But in order to stay a strong entrepreneur, in order to stay the course, you also got to know when to put your foot on the gas and when to take a break. That's very important.
There you go.
Yes, you have to.
When to put the foot on the gas and when to take a break.
Yep.
Wow. And see, for me, I can transparently say that, you know what, I have that problem. I feel like I have to work. And I'm like, you know what? You have a 2-year-old. Chill out. It's okay. It's okay to take a moment.
It is. And you never even realize it sometimes, right? You just like, it gotta work. It gotta work. But guess what? It's not gonna work if you're not functioning properly to see what you need to see to get the vision out to everybody else.
Exactly.
So sometimes you can work so hard and you can still fail.
Wow. You can.
And people don't realize that, right? We're like, we gotta work hard. We gotta do this. I got to pound it, right? You're pounding the pavement. But we also know that when you pound the pavement too much, what happens? Your knees and your feet get bad. So how can you stay the course and walk if you're always pounding the pavement and you don't take a minute to view the walk before you take the walk?
There you have it. There you go.
I'm just saying.
Man.
I learned a lot.
You have. I'm over here learning. Like, okay, all right.
Yeah, but you know, we feeding our kids because, in my opinion, I don't know if my kids ever write a resume or ever help anybody with business and branding strategy. I'm not sure, but guess what? They're gonna know their mama worked hard, and they gonna better say, "Well, my mama did this and my mama did that." So, as far as I'm concerned, it's gonna take off when it's supposed to.
There you go. What is your definition of a serial entrepreneur? You've had several businesses. You've been successful at it. What is your definition?
A serial entrepreneur is kind of like a catch-22 because sometimes people can look at you like you ain't doing all that, but not realizing you really are doing all of that.
Right.
Like, because for me, I have 3 businesses. I have a rental property company in Florida. I have the Branding Bandit that deals with business and branding strategy for small business or anybody that, you know, maybe you're just a face, maybe you're an influencer, maybe you're a small business and an entrepreneur and I can help people start their business, but I love to help you revamp and take you to the next level because the next level, that's the execution stage. The first stage is kind of ordering your steps, kind of figure out, get your feet wet. But the execution stage, when you're actually getting to the prime time, Q1, Q2, Q3, you know, mapping out what you're going to sell, mapping out what you're going to put out to your clientele. That's my niche, is getting in there and getting my hands wet with you. And we're going to take that mud that you kind of stepped in and we're going to start building up a house. We're going to lay a foundation so we can put a house there. So with that, then we have the Resume Chop Shop, which started it all. And when I look at all of that, it's all 3 different entities. They're not the same. A rental property company is just that, a rental property company. I'm renting houses to people so they have somewhere to live. A business and branding strategy is helping somebody take their business and their brand to the next level, including myself. And a resume is just that. A resume is showing a company you are a brand. And we're solidifying that on paper by teaching, you know, by teaching you that your resume can't be 6 pages. It only needs to be 2. It needs to be direct, straight to the point, and it needs to literally, that first branding statement, that first paragraph beyond your name and your number, it needs to talk about you, and you need to hype yourself up. If you're not hyping yourself up, what are you here for?
What are you here for? Yes.
Because I'll tell you right now, doing interviews for the last 3 years for a Fortune 500 entertainment business and gaming business and a Fortune 500 lodging company, the number one in their realms, that we ain't got time to be sitting here playing with y'all with this paperwork. When it's time for you to get down with the get down, you got to come in there with that resume on point. You have to come in there presentable. So those people were successful because of that. People never knew that the owner, the brand Marriott, JW Marriott, and his wife, they started off making tamales. Tamales.
Wow.
And now they are the number one in lodging globally. There's no one close.
Yes.
It ain't even on the scale. It's Marriott, the brand. Tamales that we eat.
Like, come on.
Tamales. And who would have ever thought cooking tamales? Look at what they have now. Globally.
That's amazing.
They're $1 billion brand. Beyond that, they're probably going to be close to the trillions when the pandemic is over, because they're on their way. And they did that by staying the course and learning how to basically maneuver through all of their businesses so they could stack their brand.
Exactly.
So being a serial entrepreneur, in my opinion, is more so learning what you have to offer the world. What do you have to offer the world? It's not about how much money you could bring in, because what is the money if your brand stands for nothing, right? You can make all the money in the world. Then what? Then what is the legacy behind it? It's your brand. So to me, a serial entrepreneur is a brand. It's not so much a job. It's not an amount of money. It's a brand for me. And so for me to be 34 with 3 businesses, this is all I got. I told myself when I decided to put my foot on the gas that I would never pick up another corporate job ever again. And I'm gonna pray. I pray every day that I never have to. Because for me, this entrepreneur game is serious, and I eat, live, and breathe it. It's real to me. So I don't want to have just I don't believe people should have their hand in everything somebody comes to them and says is a business, because everything ain't for you. Sometimes you need to learn, sit back and see, do the customers that you attract even want to look at you like that? You have to know, being a serial entrepreneur, you can also crash and burn, because if you take on too many businesses, one might lack. And then when that one lack, that might be your breadwinner. Because I'll be honest, the Resume Chop Shop is my breadwinner. The Branding Bandit is being born and curated currently. And I have the Branding Bandit Academy, and I have clients. But since the Resume Chop Shop is the older one, it's the breadwinner until the Branding Bandit catches up as far as revenue is concerned. And so I say all that to say this: to me, serial entrepreneur is a brand. It's not so much as, I have 5 businesses. What does that mean? Because they could all be 5 failed businesses.
There you go.
Think about it. You can do all of these things. How many people? Think about it. And this is no offense to anybody. I know somebody, they might sell bundles. I put it to you like this: when you become a serial entrepreneur, it's not a bad idea to kind of stay in the same realm of what you know, right? So resume writing is basically branding you to an employer. Well, branding in business is the same way. I'm just teaching you how to present yourself to the masses. If you're you sell hair, it might be a smart idea to sell lashes, because guess what? When I get my hair done, I might need some lashes.
Exactly.
I might need some lip gloss. I might need some nail polish. Having 3 different fronts to separate the two, is nothing wrong with that. But I think people get this serial entrepreneur thing messed up and think that every time somebody comes to you with a business venture or a vendor list on social media, you're supposed to take it and buy it. But I don't think we're so excited to become entrepreneurs sometimes that we miss the boat, and we want to open so many businesses. We want everybody to recognize us for so many things, and the timing can be either divine or it can be disruptive.
Whoa. Whoa. Okay. All right. See, and then my next question is going to be like, what life lessons have you learned from being a veteran owning a business? But like you're telling me already. Like, but give me 3. Your years in the military, and now being a veteran, running businesses, being a mother. what are your top 3 lessons that you carry with you everywhere you go in life?
Nobody can tell me no is the number one lesson. And I say that to say this. At the time that 5 years ago, when I was in my bad situation, I was in a failed marriage. It was terrible. It was barely 9 months. It was awful. I ain't even tell y'all no lie. It was terrible. But when I told him I wanted to open a business, he looked at me like I had poop on my face, like I had said something that stank. I'm like, why can't I open a business? Oh, you're this, you're that. Well, I clearly knew this wasn't gonna work out because I need somebody that's gonna support me. So the moment he told me no, shortly after we got divorced, because I don't need that. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna spend my life on this earth working for somebody every day when I don't have to. So you told me no, I definitely told me yes, and I chose me and I chose my businesses because I have kids and nobody's gonna run them like that. Nobody's gonna tell them no. The military told us no enough. I didn't listen to them either. It didn't matter to me. I also know that the second lesson I learned is stop letting the people around you be the reason that you fail. I see a lot of people on my social media, and it's not me because I actually have, believe it or not, and this is so dope to me. My entire circle, no lie, all 12 of us are entrepreneurs. All
Wow.
my friends, we all work for ourselves. Some of us have like little side gigs. Like I got some realtor friends, they deal with a little bit of the corporate side. I have some friends that still get up and go to work at the sometimes. But for the most part, my immediate circle, we are all entrepreneurs and we're all small business owners. And to me, that circle, my network is my best work. That's my second lesson. People get so hung up. My family don't support me, this, that, and the third. Well, baby, remember they know you. They know what you're capable of. They've been living with you your whole life. So why can't you introduce yourself to strangers? Why can't you go out there and put up a good united front, tell us what you're about, and give the brand your world? Just give it to them. Give it to us. This is me. This is what I sell. This is what I got. And when I learned that within my circle, we got tighter because for all my friends, for all 12 of us, I brand everybody in the circle. And then we have accountability calls among each other. We're helping each other out. We're guiding each other through the path. Hey, you did this, but I think you should do this. Hey, let's have an accountability call this week because we haven't talked in a couple weeks. Let's see how we can help each other. And it's constant motivation. Constant.
Yes.
Constant. So to me, it's not about, remember, the biggest thing I learned too, your family and friends will never see your vision because they don't have your eyes. So they'll never understand. If they're not an entrepreneur or a business owner, how can they understand what you're here to do? So it's so great that my circle is so evolved and elaborate, full of amazing women and a couple men, that when I have a bad day or I feel like, even my boyfriend's not even an entrepreneur, but when I feel like I'm having a bad day, he's like, "Oh no, it's gonna be all right. Stop all that. It's gonna be fine." Those are the type of people you need so you can stay the course. Amongst praying and believing in yourself and walking in confidence, your circle is the biggest lesson you have to learn because your circle, believe it or not, is part of your destruction if you don't choose to keep it closed.
Okay.
I'm just telling you what I know.
Wow.
But it makes sense. It makes sense,
Yes.
right? Because think about when you guys first got into the newspaper and you started telling people, right? How many people clapped for you and how many people stomped?
Come on now. Nobody, like, literally, I was like discouraged. Like, you know what? Y'all supposed to be my homies. Y'all supposed to be like, y'all my family. This is, you my cousin. But nothing.
But when it's
Nothing.
time to go get gang, they call you, right?
Right.
But when it was time to put this newspaper together, it was a whole different. It was either a stomp or a clap.
Man. Man.
That's why you have to know who your circle is. If you ain't giving me, think about it. If you're not giving me a round of applause, you can't be in my circle. So, and the very biggest lesson I learned is being confident. I don't care if you sell lashes. I don't care if you sell hair. Hell, you could sell wood. You better go out there and present that wood and tell us if it's treated or it's not treated so we can know if we can put it on the outside or the inside. And you better sell it with passion. Because at the end of the day, you're what makes your bank account add up. It's not us, it's you, the effort that you put behind it. So to me, staying up to 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm fine with it as long as it's not an everyday thing. And there's some nights where I think at one point I had like 9 resumes in 1 week. I just got overbooked. But it just seemed like there was like a hiring frenzy out of nowhere. Like everybody was looking for a job. And when people are coming to you at that point, sometimes people are so desperate and they're so upset with their employer that they have to go. So that little bit of heart that you have, right, it comes on display. And before you know it, you're double booked. Because my goal on my contracts, I never take more than 5. Because that gives me time to write everybody's resume, turnaround times, edits, final product. Well, I had 9 in 1 week and I wore myself thin to 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, but it paid off because those clients sent more clients.
There you go.
You know, it works itself out. And so those are my 3 lessons is nobody can tell me no, knowing what that circle is supposed to hit for, and being confident so you can stay the course. Because without those 3, those are my foundational pieces. It's more complicated than that, right? Because you have to learn your path, you know, along the way and make some errors and do better. But those are like my main 3 things beyond praying that I really get into so I can stay focused.
Yeah, them lessons. That that was good. You do so much, and I mean, in this conversation, I can tell that you pour your heart and soul into your business, and for that, that's amazing. What is next for you? What can we expect from the Branded Vet?
Y'all got to pay me for that secret. That's a good secret. Y'all gonna have to ante up some invoices, cash apps, something.
Right, something.
So if I stay my course that I've been praying for, I'm gonna put this out for y'all because I trust y'all.
Right.
I am doing everything in my power to open up a veteran-owned Black staffing company. That's the next term.
You can do it. That's gonna happen.
Yeah. So that's where we at now.
That's happening.
That's where we at now. I'm like, okay, let's get this office front together because the main goal is to own an office building so we can put that staffing company inside that office building. So right now we're trying to stack coins so we can own this building. That's what we want.
And it's coming. It's coming.
So that's what I want to do. Yes, baby. I'm trying to be like y'all when I grow up. I want to write a magazine and have a front. Because, baby, that plaque y'all that I got. Girl, that plaque's so beautiful.
Man. I'm glad you loved it.
Girl, it's good. Girl, when I take a picture, I'm going to have to send it to you. I ain't put it up yet.
You got to.
Girl, I stare at it every day I walk in the office like, you kind of fine on that picture. They got you in acrylic. Okay.
Look at you.
When I saw that, I cried. I was so just wowed when that plaque came in the mail because I wasn't expecting. I knew it was gonna be nice, but honey, baby, I didn't know it was gonna be that. It was gorgeous. I love it.
I'm glad. I mean, that's what it's about. I mean, showcasing women doing amazing things, extraordinary things. That is what it's all about, literally. Because you inspiring the next person. I mean, you sitting here saying you trying to be like, girl, I'm trying to be like you. Resume, the Branded Bandit. Like, come on.
So okay. So what's next for you? Because we already got this dope magazine. So we finna elevate. What's up?
I mean, literally, my goal. Next 5 years, I'm trying to have a hub, a location, a headquarters where I can give opportunities to more women. I mean, I know everybody needs office space. I want to provide that.
We might have to talk. You never know where the office space gonna be.
You never know what's happening.
You never listen. I tell people my network is my best work, and what that simply means is you can meet somebody today, and they might not need a service or a product from you, but I'm real good at referring people. Like, hey, I was on Clubhouse. Hey, there's this lady. Hold on, get on Clubhouse. I'm gonna put us in a group chat real fast. And so much has blossomed. That's what happened to one of my best friends. She's a sexologist. And one day they had a thing on Facebook called the Yoni Box. And so I say, Tip, what you doing? Well, I'm with the husband watching TV. Listen, I know this is Family Friday, but I need you to stop what you're doing. I need you to get on here for like just all of 10 minutes. I promise. Baby, she took off. Them women loved her on Freaky Friday. And that's why I just love my network. My best friends, anybody like, hey, this is what these people need. I could throw anybody in a group chat with my squad and they can network the hell out of it. And that's why when you might mess it with me, you ain't gotta wait 5 years.
Let's do it. I'm ready. Like, come
We
on.
won't listen. I'm getting old. I'm tapping into the latter time of 35. So I ain't got 5 years. I'm
No,
gonna be 35. So
I would have never thought that.
girl, all I do is eat hot Cheetos and drink Mountain Dew, I promise. You know, the fountain of youth, hot Cheetos and Mountain Dew. But no, I'm about to be 35 in February. And so it's not that I'm in a rush, but I feel like God presents opportunity. So right now, it's really on my plate, on my heart to own a building because I see so many vendors right now that are struggling with locations. And they don't need a whole building, right? They just need space.
Exactly.
So why not? I'm in my first office space and girl, it's so nice. I can't wait to show you guys. But
Yeah.
um
You gotta walk us through that. We gotta do an inside look or something.
we can girl, if you go on TikTok, I finally got on TikTok because I still don't know how to TikTok. But I started posting little snippets of the journey, like through the phase or whatever on my TikTok. And so hopefully I can inspire somebody when I really learn how to use TikTok and the hashtag part of it. I can really inspire somebody to stop feeling like they because to me I outgrew my house and I also lost a lot of productivity because I'm like, oh, I'll get out the bed in a little bit. I got to bed in about an hour. Oh, I'm gonna take a nap. I'm gonna get up out the bed. I done lost some man hours to the bed and then I bought a new bed and then want to get out the new bed. So in my opinion, that office building is the next phase because it's going to open up. If it's located properly, it's priced properly, the opportunity is endless and seamless for so many because it's necessary. Some people can't flourish because they don't have a storefront or somewhere to be.
Right. And that's my point. That's why my vision is that because I'm what Pretty Woman Hustles about. Like I'm finna ask you that question: what makes you a pretty woman who hustles? But the whole belief system is that when other people say no, we say yes.
Right.
And my thing is, we get so conditioned to hearing no, and we feel like that's the end for us. And when somebody says, you know what, I'm not gonna put you on my site, I'm not gonna buy your product, I'm not gonna do this, girl. There is so many people in this world who will buy from you. You ain't gotta worry about that no.
Do you hear me? And I think if you had the right squad, you have the right people supporting you, and it doesn't have to be your family and friends. I think if we stop conditioning that, oh, you're only as strong as your family. No, I love my family, but they don't have that entrepreneur spirit, all of them. And
Exactly.
there's nothing wrong with that, right? That's completely fine. But the cool thing about it is exactly what you just said. It's conditioning your brain to be successful for the next step and knowing what it looks like. Knowing what it looks like. If I dream about my business, do you? I dream about mine.
Yes. Like literally.
I dream about mine a lot. I'd be like, ooh, my boyfriend, like, what you do? Chad, we've been on some stuff. That's what I say. We've been on some stuff. And it feels good, right? You know, when you have the right circle when it's successful. Because I like the pretty women hustle. I remember when I saw you in Superpreneur, I said, let me inbox her and see what they hitting for. And I enjoyed it. I loved how you had everything formatted and it was direct and straight to the point. And I think that another piece of everything that we're doing, what makes it so important, you could have the dopest organization or product or service, but if you don't relate to the people and you're not organized, it sucks in so many ways. I see so much talent wasted because, like, okay, here's my little weep right before we get off topic. I hate to see somebody selling clothes that's on their bed or on the floor and they want me to buy. That like made my skin cringe. And it's not that you got a bad product. It's not even that your house is dirty, right? It's none of that. But that's not how the stores do it. So why are you doing it? If you went to the store and you saw something on the floor, would you buy it?
Not at all.
So why do you think I want to buy from you? It's looking at angles like that. I have a friend, her name is Shay. That's my average. S&K marketing, baby. She don't play. And we talk about this kind of stuff because me and her kind of we work together. So I do the business strategy side of it. And then when I'm done, I refer, if people need additional advertising and marketing help, it's her because she's very stellar at it. And we talk about this kind of stuff and we screenshot a lot of stuff that you're like, take a look at this. What do you see? And to me, what it does, it's not so much as downing anybody. It's helping us sharpen our toolbox. So when the next candidate comes into the program, so we can brand them and give them business strategy. Well, hey, we saw this one girl, she did this. Maybe to enhance this, you should do this because it looks successful. But maybe if we turned it up a notch, we can see it from a different angle and you can get a different perspective client. And I told one girl this other night, listen, you have great products, but your display is killing you. I wouldn't buy nothing because when I look at you, it's not sharp. And I ain't saying go buy $1,000 display case or none of that. It's simply go buy you some paper, put it on the wall, get you a little display. Like your coffee table could be your display stand for all I care. Get you a nice little cheap ring light and make it presentable. And I think so many people lose a lot of business because their aesthetics are not appetizing. And it sucks so bad. So many people, they have some good stuff, but the aesthetics.
So many people. Like quality, like literally quality products. But like you said, everything else just be off. But it takes having a circle, like you said, who is real, you know, and honest is gonna be like, you know what, sis, I love what you're doing, but let's do it this way.
That's right. Because I want everybody to be successful. Even anybody watching this live. I don't know everybody, and I can't. This is my first day in the group, so I'm excited to see what you guys put out. But I have a really good eye for branding and business strategy. I've worked with corporate 500 companies, so it came, you know, from experience. It's never to hurt anybody's feelings. But if I'm coming to you and say, hey, let me ask you a question real quick. I'm asking you this because I'm going to drop you some gems. Because it don't hurt. It don't benefit me because my bag, I'm secure. So helping somebody else doesn't hurt me. Giving you a secret that I heard from somewhere else. That's another thing that irks me. Why can't we help each other when we get information? Why does everything always got to cost something?
Exactly.
Why, if you inbox me, no, tell me. Why I got to do everything else? Because guess what? You can help somebody else. I ain't got time to be inboxing you because my inbox private. I got to go in my spam to find people sometimes. That's where you got trapped at in my spam. I'm like, I thought I told her to write me in. And I finally saw it. And I tell people, sometimes giving free game be your blessing in disguise. Because maybe that $100 or $200 that you just gave them in free knowledge made them $300 or $400 to help pay their rent or buy food for their house. Why can't you help? I feel like other people help and we don't have a reason not to help. Because my clientele is not Jakia's clientele. Jakia's clientele is not Akia's clientele. I have a client right now in the Brandon Bennett Academy. He's a resume writer. We don't have the same clients that man in Chicago. And guess what? We talk about so much. I give him stuff. He gives me stuff. And guess what? There's a couple things that he gave to me that I've been writing longer than him that I didn't even think about. And guess what? We're helping each other. He's a client and I give him all the same stuff I got plus some because it doesn't hurt me. I even refer to resume writers. It doesn't hurt. You know why? Think about it. I have one resume writer. I refer a lot of people to her and she refers a ton of people to me. It's just keeping the circle going. Because when she can't write, I can because she actually has a full-time job and she writes on the side. I do this for a living every day. And I taught her how to write certain stuff like, hey, I think you should do this, that, and the third. And it's beneficial to her because it doesn't hurt me. She all the way in South Carolina. That don't hurt me. My clients come from Texas anyway. It don't hurt me at all. So that's my biggest thing. That's something I wish people would get involved. Like, we're trying to sell everything to everybody. Sometimes dropping a couple gems ain't never hurt. It actually makes you a better person to be dealing with.
This has been awesome. My last question for you is, when you hear the name Pretty Woman Hustle, what does that mean to you? What comes to mind?
Girl, just look at me in the mirror. Just you know.
Yeah.
No, to me, you know, we get so hung up on the look, right? Your outer looks of being pretty. That's not it. It's really inner. When I think of Pretty Women Hustle as an inner thing, people deal with you when you have a pretty character, when you have a
Yeah.
pretty dialogue, a pretty service, a pretty demeanor, right? So it's more than how you look, right? I don't care how you look. If you got a good service, I want it. You got a good product, let me ring me up, invoice me, send it to me. And so when I look at all that, it's what embodies your service. A lot, I read so much just cringing things on social media about how, some entrepreneurs treat their clients and how they don't respond. But you're telling us you're the crap at this. Yeah, you're the crap. All right. You're giving out some crappy business ethics right now. And to be a pretty woman who hustle, you have to embody everything. You need to embody it all. Because how are you going to continue to stay your course and run your business if people think you're ugly? It's that simple to me.
That's simple.
Yes, I don't
That's
see it no
simple.
harder than it. Do you think so? Like, am I wrong to think that it's not visual? It's your
It's
inner
not.
person.
I mean, it's not the visual. It's not what's on the outside at all. And you hit it on the nail. It's that
Right.
character. It's the character for me. It's what's in your heart. It's the way you hustle for your business. That's what it is. It's about how you
Right.
treat other people. You know, and I'm making my goal that every person who encounters me and my business will say at the end of the day, we don't always get it right, but I'm going to make sure in the end you feel like we got it right.
That's it. That's it. That's right.
So it's that end result. It's that you take going the extra mile for each client. It's when somebody experiences the resume chop shop, they're able to say, you know what, Akea took care of me.
That's it.
I mean, and that's
Man.
what it's about for real.
Indeed. You said you couldn't have said it better than me. It's just you can't put you in everybody. Don't you wish you could just give everybody some of your juju, right? Like, you got so much good going on, but I need you to come back home, pull it in, will it in, come on. Because a lot of us, we miss our clients because of small little attributes and fine tooth combing that we need to do on the outside and the inside. Yeah, you may not want to be bothered with clients. Well, find a way that you don't have to front face them. Get automated. I'm automated. I learned ain't nobody got time to be sending out surveys all the time. You know what? Let me get automated. Let me get my contracts together. So can a client come back and try to sue me? So when people front face me, I'm legit. Being legit changes the dynamics of how far you can go. And believe it or not, clients will pay for their resume and ghost me. I'm like, wait a minute, you know you paid for this, right? So then I got smart. The more and more I got in depth with my brand and my business, okay, you have to legitimize yourself. You need contracts because, and guess what? You need lawyers to look at their contracts. So I even have a lawyer on retainer that I pay every month to make sure that my stuff is squared away because people can sue you and take everything you got. And so, because I want people to look at me like a legitimate business, I may not be monster.com or Indeed resume writing service, but guess who slanging with the best of them? Me. Because they don't even give you a contract. So
They don't.
my very first resume was done by monster.com. It was so terrible. I was like, damn, ain't nobody called me back. I know why. Girl, I couldn't get nobody call me back off that. Let me put this in the toilet and flush it. Ain't nobody gonna call me. Nobody. And when I really learned how important a resume was when I started interviewing clients, um, it made a difference. Because remember, I've gone through the process of having a crappy resume and trying to get somebody to look at me. And then I turned it and I spent it and did my own resumes. And now I can give you being the person that actually interviews you, and also I know what it looks like to be interviewed, right? So I'm giving you a realistic interview preview, mock interviews. We're doing career coaching. We're doing job searching. I teach my clients how to go on Department of Labor and look up, are you sure you want to do this job? Because the Department of Labor says in 2023 it's going to go away. So you're going to pay for this degree to do what? And I talk to my clients just like that. Hey, we got to be realistic because I would hate for you to go to school, do this job, and then come back and the job is gone. Because you got to go to school for 2 years. Even with the business strategy. Okay, you want to sell this. Are you sure? Because statistically speaking, this supplier got these type of reviews. I know they're cheaper, but you get what you pay for. And once your clients start ripping you apart for the products and services, your business will die. And that's basically
Look at the real conversation there.
that's how I talk to my clients like they're my sisters, my cousins, my mom and them. And I do it because I think that if we can build that communication and that rapport, they'll look at me like I'm their sister, their mom, their friend, their coworker, people that they truly value conversation from. So to me, that's another thing that embodies pretty women who hustle. You got if you're gonna talk the talk, you have to walk it too.
There you go. For someone listening in and they're like, you know what, Akea is a vibe. I'm trying to connect with her brand. How do they do that?
All right, y'all. So if you want to call me, my cell phone number, all that good stuff. If I have two business pages, so I have the Resume Chop Shop, and then I also have Akea the Branding Bandit. They're both on Instagram and they're both on Facebook. When we're on the bottom of this video in the group, I'll go in there and tag out my information and send it to Jakia. My cell phone number is there. My email is info at akeacollins.com. You can drop me a line. You can send me a messenger through my personal page or my business pages. I typically respond very fast if I'm up. If I'm eating, you gotta give me about 20 minutes because I got to eat. I got to eat. But for the most part, I'm very accessible. I'm very if you like to set up an appointment, my booking link for my Calendly is there as well for you to book a consultation with me. I love doing consultations. They're basically like our miniature brainstorming session because as well as I'm interviewing you, you need to interview me to make sure that I'm a good fit for your brand.
Exactly. Exactly. Y'all, this has been amazing. um, she gave all her information. Like she said, she's going to tag it in the comments. You need a resume? Hit her up. You you need some branding, marketing advice. You need help. Your business is stuck right now. Contact her. Let her take you and your brand to another level. There's no reason in 2021 for us just to sit here and be stuck when there's help out there.
That's right.
And the
Where the
Kia
money
is here to
resides.
help. But
Thank you
thank you
so
for
much.
joining us for another episode of the Pretty Business Chat. It has been amazing talking with you.
Thank you for so much for having me. I appreciate you guys. I love the magazine. It's amazing. And thank you for having me.